Hey man, Karceno, listen, brother. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know I want to take the thing, but I want to thank you for that. But however, I saw Floyd coming out of retirement, and you was around when in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about the social media aspect when they had, because I remember I was talking to Blood Boxing a while ago, and he was telling me about how when it all started, you know, when Floyd and Manny Pacquiao fought each other in the build-up, you know, he said it was very, very racially divided online. Oh, they had the Manny Pacquiao fans, which they called the Pac-Tards, against the Flomos. And they say it was a digital shootout going on digitally, you know, gun emojis in the chats, people threatening each other. You better not come to this fight, that fight. You know what I mean? What said you about that? When you heard Floyd coming back and he's gonna fight Manny Pacquiao on Netflix in September, what went through your mind?
I was like, this is a money grab. That's it. That's all it is a money grab. At this point, Manny's fighting because he needs the money. Floyd's fighting because he definitely needs the money for the reasons he's going through right now, suing and all this stuff. So it's a mess. It's a mess over there, but it does nothing for the sport of boxing. Absolutely nothing.
No, man, no. Come on, Karceno. You say it do nothing?
It does absolutely nothing for the sport of boxing. All it does is highlight them. Why? What's the undercard? It depends on what's the undercard. Yeah. Do you got some of the young talents on there? Is Devin Haney gonna be on the card fighting somebody? We gonna see Keyshawn? We gotta see some talent or some undercard where some people that's gonna be fighting each other. Other than that, we're just gonna be seeing Manny Pacquiao and Floyd, both almost 50, fighting each other. That does nothing for the sport.
Listen, Karceno. I got one for you. Mm-hmm. Floyd Mayweather is still a cult-like figure amongst a whole new fan base of casuals, even in the digital world, because you got people like a Ryan Garcia who just finally became a champion after 10 years, and but he's popular with social media on TikTok. Got a lot of teenagers as fan bases and stuff like that, and But I'm just saying, Floyd coming back to the game. And you got people like Ryan Garcia who looked up to Floyd, Devin Haney, who his whole style is not pretty boy, more tailored towards Money Mayweather. Because I don't see an ounce of pretty boy in David. I see more money made than anything. And Shakur Stevenson and stuff like that. So I'm like, man, I don't know. Then you got the Tank Davis situation. Mm-hmm. People was introduced to the world to Tank through Floyd. So you don't think that's gonna arouse the people all over again?
No, because it's not that time anymore. Like Floyd was an active fighter back then. Now he's coming back just for like maybe 2 money fights, 2-3 money fights, then he's out. And he's right back out of boxing. So it's not gonna do anything for the sport. It's not going to carry the sport or anything. But if you look at like everybody you named, Tank Davis, right? He was the biggest draw in boxing. This man was never fighting world champions. He was fighting nothing but basically showcase fights. Ryan Garcia and like he fought Pitbull once, but other than that, he fight Gamboa. If it was a real challenge, he never fought the champions of the divisions at all. Because he felt like there's no money in it, no need. So, he only fought the last fight he did, and I knew that was going to be a tough fight for him, but he only fought him because he thought, okay, he's coming up in weight. Let me go ahead and beat him, and then I can go ahead and do my money fight that I want to do with Jake Paul. Yeah. That's who he wanted to fight. He was never going to fight Shakur Stevenson. He's like, I'm not doing that fight. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and fight Jake Paul and get this money. So, yeah, it's a terrible situation.
Man, come on, man. You sound doom and gloom, Karceno, man.
It's not a good thing. I mean, what made Manny Pacquiao effective is Manny used to bounce on his toes. Yeah. Manny used to be boom, 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 boom. Manny can't move.
It look good though. That's
Manny can only do this now. Manny, his feet don't move no more. Now he just, so he gonna be just there getting bing, 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 bing. I'll be like, oh man, now he's a sitting target.
Yeah. So, but see, but do you think we're gonna relive the Flow Mo and Pactard days?
No, that's done. That's come and gone. That's come and gone. That's never coming back around. The Filipinos, they gone. They packed up the tent. They moved on. They was like, all right, it's over. And they took off.
Hey, but listen, hey, so you don't, so for those who I wasn't around, was it really that bad? How was it online for content creators? But black content creators in particular, how was it online for during that time?
Oh man, it was brutal. I mean, because you was at it with, not only was Manny Pacquiao the staple of what they were trying to do here, because they didn't have any white champions. Yeah. He became the champion for white people to beat Floyd because they couldn't stand Floyd. They didn't have any white champions, so he became the Anglo-Saxon Filipino. So it became, everybody was Pacquiao this, Pacquiao crazy. Plus, you realize especially us being in the media world, with the boxing, Filipinos was a large market on the internet. Phil Boxing is one of the biggest websites because they have so many Filipinos that love boxing and basketball are the two things that they love over there. They either box or they play basketball 24 hours a day. So their website, Phil Boxing, Don Goya is the owner of it. And he would approve articles to come over, and you would get a lot of traffic if it approved in its own Phil Boxing. So they want, of course, propaganda for Manny. So when we was writing stuff for Floyd and we had exclusives from Floyd, he took that like, oh man, this is an exclusive from Floyd Mayweather. And I sat down and did an interview with Floyd, and they took that at Phil Boxing. And next thing you know, we had the green light. Then people started complaining like, they hate Manny. How y'all interviewing, taking articles from people that hate Manny? So they came in with a whole blockchain. We had to fight with them, going back and forth. So man, it was crazy. They was like, they blocked. We can't have them over here because they ain't talking reckless about Manny. Mm-hmm. Telling the truth. I was just like, man, it's time to, he got to take the test. And now you see everybody taking the test. And like Floyd said, they all hated Floyd for asking for the test. Right. Then now everybody tested. But they don't never give Floyd the credit for being the one that bring that to boxing. Saying everybody need to do the random blood urine test.
Yeah.
And he was the one that brought and fathered that in. And Shane Mosley versus Floyd fight was the first fight to ever do it. So then Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao didn't get any knockouts. Once they started talking about them testing,
no more knockouts.
Away, they disappeared.
So, because so maybe you said that because Devin Haney is now strong on that. When it's come to fighting any fighter, he want them to sign up for VADA 365. Apparently there's VADA, then there's VADA 365. You gotta be willing to be drug tested, even when you're not fighting. Right. I guess even when you don't have a fight coming up year round, no matter what, right? So they are a strong advocate of that. But like you said, Floyd was the one that pushed that, right?
He pushed the USADA one. And they didn't have that at that time. And then when Nonito Dunier years later did the snack with
Victor
Conte, he did that, and they were working with VADA, and they said it's better than USADA, so they're gonna go ahead and work with VADA, and they're gonna do this thing called 365. And Nonito Dunier was the first one to do the 365 days a year. Floyd was like, all right, when we start the fight, we sign on, then that's when the testing start, like when we do that. So it was just that. But once the fight is over, everybody go about they respect it. And Floyd is like, look, I travel, I move around. So if I'm in my regular day, if they want to get on a plane and go follow me somewhere else, then that's on them. He's just like, but I don't be in one place forever. You know, I move around. So he's like, if it's fight time, then yeah, I'm gonna be in my camp location. You know, I'm gonna be. So that's when the testing should start. And, you know, that's what he feel, and it makes it an even playing field. Like he said, man, it's not baseball or football. You ain't hitting a baseball. You ain't throwing a football. You hitting people. So you being on something, you could kill somebody. So he's like, I'm gonna take this very serious.
So Floyd was basically during training camp when you got to prepare for a fight. Fighters should be tested.
Mm-hmm. When they signed the contract, that's when it was started at that point. But they had USADA and they didn't have the 365 yet. So when they created VADA, that's when they came up with the 365 thing, and Nonito Dunier was the first person to agree to do the 365. And they praised Nonito Dunier when they asked Floyd for coming up with it. Just said he was scared of Manny Pacquiao. It was crazy.
So you know what? So Nonito Dunier. So is it safe to say that was Victor Conte's idea to do 365? Because I remember I interviewed Victor. I interviewed Victor over here twice. I met him in LA. All of us was to meet him, Steve Kim, just a whole bunch of Dougie Fisher, just a whole bunch of other people right in Vegas. This was a couple of years ago, of course, before Vic passed away, and he was talking about how people can still do PEDs off season, in boxing, you have I guess an off season would be if you don't have a fight coming up, but then in season would be when you sign the contract, you get ready to fight. The Haneys are the ones are they the ones who push the 365 in the sport of boxing? Because Floyd didn't do it. So is that something that
No. Well, Nonito Dunier was the first one, and then now it's Devin Haney and them. They're taking the reins of pushing the 365, especially after what happened with Ryan Garcia. Because that was that was ridiculous. And then him coming out of the fixed fight he was in just last week with Barrios. So,
you say the fight was fixed?
Oh yeah, it was fixed. Barrios got paid.
Hey, you know what? I had somebody call the show yesterday, Karceno. He said, "Yeah, man, the fight was fixed, man. The man. I know you don't like. I know Barrios he ain't the most gifted fighter in the world, but he fight way better than that. Man, come on." And then I didn't think about it. Cause I'm like, man, this man trash.
He almost said, "I'm sorry" after hitting him with a right hand. He was like, "Oh man, I ain't supposed to throw that at all. What am I doing?"
Now this shit don't happen in boxing before. I said, you know what? I said, I got to go back and look at it again. I said, you know what, man, they might have a point because I don't never remember Barrios being not like that. Come on now.
Yeah, then when he throw it right hand, he throw it to the body. I was like, dude, I'm like, this dude has got his hand down, the left hand down. He's circling right to the right hand every time. And I'm like, you not letting the right hand lead go? I'm like, what is you doing? I'm like, it's right there. Even his corner was telling him. So I'm like, the corner went in on it. The corner is like, man, what are you doing? He right there. He, take the shot. Like you just sitting there waiting on him to get off. And it's like, you're not gonna win like that.
Man, hey, hold on. I gotta show you. I want to share this with you. Now you see Floyd right here jump roping, Karceno. You see him right here jump roping. I'm looking at the comments. This man, hold on, let me see. This man had he got hundreds of thousands of likes, I think, right? Now, he got over 119,000 likes right here. You can't really see it, but it's right here at the bottom, right here. And all these people, all this engagement. I don't know if these are bots or whatever. I have no proof of that, but I'm just saying, I don't know, Karceno, man. He look like he's sparking the people's interest. They getting the Holy Ghost and watching Floyd do the jump rope.
Interested in Mayweather. Like, you can't name 4 fighters that's on Floyd camp. None of them that's under him. They are interested in Mayweather. He fighting Mike Tyson in like April.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson clip is up there. Everybody gonna watch it because it's a spectacle.
Yeah.
You don't want to see it just because it's like Tyson's in the ring. You gonna watch it. Yeah. And Mayweather, them two are the biggest draw right now in boxing as far as social media, anything moving, news. They gonna get all the press. But Floyd can sell a fight. Plus, he's one of the most gifted athletes in the world. So he'll be ready. He'll definitely be ready. So when he fights Manny Pacquiao, and it's gonna be the same fight.
It's gonna be the same fight.
It's gonna be the same fight. Manny Pacquiao is gonna get this time. Manny might get hurt in the fight and stop.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's the same fight. Manny just got now. It's even worse for him because he couldn't cut off the ring 11 years ago. He damn sure ain't gonna cut it off now.
And Floyd is the master at keeping his distance and range.
Oh yeah,
he controlled that distance. You know, that's what gave Manny Pacquiao problems that first fight. I mean, yeah, he couldn't gauge the distance. You know, Floyd. You know, to me, it just seemed
the strategy was keep Manny Pacquiao at his pace. And what got other fighters in trouble is when they try to fight their pace, Manny like baits you to come in. And when you try to come in on Manny Pacquiao, that's when he spring. He get on that back, that big old gigantic calf.
Yeah.
Forward. Boom, 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 boom. So he catch your momentum coming in and he back like he's backing up and he'll stop, plant, and jump towards you. And start his offense. And Floyd, man, he didn't study all Manny Pacquiao's mannerism, his style, when he do it. He was like, "Oh yeah, I know better than to rush him. I'm not gonna rush him because he waiting for that. He waiting for me to rush him, and he's like, I'm not gonna do it. That's why him and his father was clashing in this. Yeah. You know, singing with what are you doing, man? You get on there, man, you get him right here and level, get him up out of here. I was like, senior, man.
Yeah, senior was like, man, you act like you scared of him.
Yeah, senior was mad because senior, he wasn't doing what senior wanted him to do. Senior wanted him to jump on Manny Pacquiao and get him out of there. And he was trying to tell his dad the whole camp, nah, I know how he fight. He waiting for me to jump in there.
Yeah.
He waiting on that. And he was like, he waiting for me to do that. And I'm going to let him be the one to jump. I'm going to make him have to put up. I'm going to just keep him at the jab. And if he try to come through the door, like he just going to, like, I'm going to just do it. I'm going to put some on him. So he going to know he just can't walk up in here. And sure enough, Floyd let him see. Man, he tried to charge. Pow! And Floyd caught him with that right hand. He knew, like, oh, okay, I'm going to have to stay back out of here. You know, a lot of people think Floyd don't have power. Floyd does have power. Floyd is strong. Like Oscar just told y'all, like, no, Floyd's strong. And he was like, he's strong. He can hit. It's his hands. His hands can't take the force anymore. He broke his hands and damaged his hands so much.
Yeah.
That I'm like, Floyd used to knock everybody out.
You talking about pretty boy. See, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, when he was at 130, 135, Floyd was stopping people, man. I was like, dude, it's just that he's fighting guys that's naturally middleweights. So I'm like, yeah, now he probably ain't gonna knock them out, but they gonna be hurt for messing with Floyd. And I was like, it's gonna be hard for them to touch him.
Yeah.
But it's his hands. His hands is what he tried to keep his hands together, man. The dude dislocated his knuckle on one of this. His knuckle is like way back here on one of his hands, man. It's a mess. His hands is all messed up.
Damn. So that's what I was saying. That's why he had to change his style. When he, kind of like when he became Money Mayweather, he kind of like he fought differently. And a lot of those fans, like the younger ones who follow him like a cult right now to this day, they became used. They got used to Floyd. I want to say maybe right before the Pacquiao fight or somewhere around that time, and maybe a little before. Some of those fans, they don't know Pretty Boy Floyd, but they know Money Mayweather.
Right? They don't remember his career. They don't even remember Ricky Hatton. I mean, Gotti fights and nothing like that. They only remember anything.
Chop Corley.
Right, everything during like the De La
Hoya.
Yeah, they don't really even remember that. They remember De La Hoya. Oh, That's when they first heard of him, really, for some of the people. But
yeah,
I was at a lot of those fights.
well, hey, so it's something you said earlier. You said that, look, man, like a lot of people in the chat and in the comment section over there on Floyd Mayweather's Instagram page, they into Floyd, they follow everything Floyd, and I said in the show in my monologue, I say, man, Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather coming together to fight is a two. No, you talking about two Black American fighters. It's bigger than any current young fighter who's supposed to be a superstar right now. It's bigger than any one of those. Bigger than Keyshawn, bigger than Devin Haney, bigger than Shakur Stevenson. Any of these young guys, they're not a bigger draw than Floyd Mayweather. And even with the Mike Tyson thing, I don't think so. What say you?
No, not at all. But the thing is that it doesn't do anything for the sport of boxing, because when you do something for the sport of boxing, whatever your fight does, it set up more business for everything else. It opens up doors for the other fighters. When Floyd used to fight, it used to open up platforms, and when he was active and he was fighting in Vegas, this fight's happening in Africa. So it's not like over there for happen. But this is on Netflix. People are gonna watch it that day. They might watch it the next day, but it's gonna mean nothing for the next fight coming up next week. They ain't not gonna get.
You're right about that.
Right, they're not gonna get any of the press, any of the attention, and it does nothing. Like David Benavidez got a great record, right? And he's like the Mexican monster. Yet we don't see no promotion for him when he's not fighting. We don't hear nothing about David Benavidez.
Not at all.
Yeah. None. And this is what happened with a lot of the fighters. A lot of them are big on Twitter and in IG, and they do all this. But man, I think they got like 20 world championships the way they be talking. I'm like, man, he fighting him. They going at it on Twitter. And next thing you know, they ain't even fighting each other at all. So the fights never materialize, but it confuses the audience. Because the people that's on Twitter that's following them think there's a fight coming up. They'll make a fake picture of them together. Like, here it is, me versus them. So people be thinking, okay, damn, they finna fight.
Yeah.
And when it come to they fighting somebody you ain't never heard of before. It was like, well, wait a minute, I thought he was fighting dude. They're like, oh no, he's not fighting. That was a fake picture they put up, just showing people what it would look like if they was a fight.
It's amazing you say that is because I'm like, damn, you make a valid point. It does nothing for the sport of boxing. Floyd and Tyson gonna fight in Africa. However, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd, I don't know. That's going to be on Netflix. So in the States.
Yeah.
So
in Vegas.
That ain't going. Yeah, in Vegas. That ain't going to bring no.
It depends on who's on the undercard, and then what are they going to do after that? If you look at all Floyd Mayweather pay-per-views, who was on the undercard that really stood out or just got success off the undercard? Almost none of them except
none of them.
Tank Davis, the only one that ended up doing something, but he got big after Floyd retired. He was winning fights, and you saw him a little bit, but he didn't really take off until after Floyd was done. That's when Tanks. Everybody started gravitating to Tank once Floyd was gone. So the whole thing was Floyd was trying to push Tank as his fighter. Like, I'm gonna put everything in the Tank, but he had Badu Jack.
Yep.
He had Cuba Aries, who just fought on the undercard. And then you got
that's Q. I think that's Q.
Yeah. Right.
Jalen Love.
Ishe
Smith.
And Jake Paul. Ishe. Right. So you got those guys under your umbrella and they not doing anything, So it's like that wasn't moving the needle for them at all. They was just on the undercard. So it didn't move the sport forward as far as having other fighters on there, champion versus champion. We didn't see any of that. Yeah. Like normally, this is why Don King is probably the greatest promoter in the history of boxing.
I agree.
Hands down. And the reason why, because Don will give you about 5 title fights on one pay-per-view. You're going to have a champion fighting another champion. You're going to have a card. You ain't just the main event. And that's how everybody else is like, man, forget the undercard. Just do the main event. This is why you didn't grow the sport. When Chavez was the big money draw and he would have Julio Cesar Chavez.
Don King fighter.
Right. and Haney would have him in there. You know who was on the undercard? Felix Trinidad.
Yep.
Tito Trinidad was on that undercard. So Tito was knocking people out. So when Chavez lost and he went down, he would have Tito Trinidad. He'd have Bernard Hopkins on there. Don King was having people on his cards.
Yeah.
That you would end up seeing later on once the guy at the top is no longer the guy at the top. He fall down. Now the next guy came up was Trinidad. You remembered him because you saw him on the Chavez cards.
Yeah,
this is how you move the sport forward, is knowing how to really promote the events to try to bring up the next. Because Don King, man, I used to work with Don.
You know, it's amazing you said that, Karceno, because it seemed like every fight in today's time, it's a money grab fight. It's not really we fighting and then this gonna lead to that to build this and build the sport, create an excitement. It's everything about the bag. These dudes won't, and Turk Al Sheik ain't really making it no better, because they, he's like, he's paying these dudes more money than Al Haney could ever dare to think about.
Yeah.
He getting these dudes. I'm like, man, God damn. I mean, I know the fighter should get paid, but I know they can't be turning no profit on this shit they paying for.
Nope.
Yeah, he losing on every fight card.
Yeah. And the reason he's losing because he loves the attention. He's already rich. He can't go broke. He got billions. So he's never going broke. So for him, he wants to be known. That's his thing. Like, I want to be known. And he loves boxing. Mm-hmm. So he's like, why don't I buy it? So now Zuffa boxing is what he got now. And that's with Dana White. And that's going to go to the toilet. That whole thing is nothing but UFC for boxing. That's gonna be the worst thing for any fighter over there. I'm like, I don't know.
It's some fighters I know they say they getting treated well over there. For one of them, the fighters I know that signed the few I know that's signed over there.
Yeah, they're gonna say that now until they realize, hey, wait a minute, I can't get a sponsorship. I gotta wear the clothes they tell me to wear. I gotta wear Zuffa trunks. I was like, wait a minute, I got a flat fee. I don't get no back end money. Wait a minute. What's going on here? You see?
I'm at the back end. See, look, Karceno, now hold on now. You making it seem like the fighters was getting all this crazy loot, prior to Zuffa, and then now, like, come on, man, these dudes ain't making no money like that unless you the top elite fighters.
But that's the thing is they're trying to shortcut themselves. Like Conor Ben, he's trying to shortcut it. And what he did to Eddie Hearn was just diabolical. And that's why promoters right now screw over fighters just because of that situation you saw there. That was disrespectful. And, I mean, if you want to leave Eddie, that's cool. But Eddie was really operating on trust. He could have just forced you to sign a deal and be like, look, you ain't signing a deal. I'm not flying you to the United States, putting you in the ring, like you finna fight so-and-so. And that dude is another one. He's another just
talking about Conor Ben?
Yeah, average fighter. He'll be beat easily by anybody. He know he'll get beat. So he wants to go and fight the easiest fights he can. He fought a weight drained Chris Eubanks in the rematch.
Yeah.
And then he dominated him like, told you the first fight was, I'm like, man, this dude was a dead man walking coming in the ring. He was so weight drained.
Hey. Yeah, Conor Ben is he's a European fighter. He's a domestic level fighter. He's more bark than bite. Someone with some skill like a Shakur Stevenson, it won't even be close. He ain't got the footwork to keep up. Someone with an elite jab and some good footwork, defensive prowess about himself. Devin Haney will beat him, in my opinion. I just think stylistically, their styles is all wrong for someone like her. Okay, what about Conor Ben and Ryan Garcia? What you think about that?
Conor Ben would knock out Ryan Garcia.
You think so?
Ryan Garcia is one of the worst fighters in the history of the sport. It's an insult. He's a YouTube fighter. He said this dude punch. He can't even punch. He punched like a schoolgirl.
In the history.
In the history, I've never seen a fighter at that level fight like that. He can't even punch. Like somebody throw a punch, he's fighting like this, like slapping with the punch. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is he doing? He's not even turning his hips, nothing. Then that's why I was shocked with the knockdown. I was like, how? I was like, how you get knocked down? He's swinging like this because he has no right hand. So all he is a left hook guy. So he's trying to throw the right hands and he's swinging like this. I said, oh my God.
He turning it. It looked like
oh my God. This dude cannot punch. I was watching. I'm like, he telegraphed everything he throws.
He do telegraph it. Yeah.
Everything. You see everything coming. There's no disguise in him. Like, that's why I'm like, no, he will be destroyed. He talking about he finna fight Shakur. I'm like, man, put the house up. Where the car? Everything. Let me sign the paperwork now. I'm getting all the money. Taking phones, everything. It's all going on Shakur.
What do you think about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney?
Devin Haney would knock him out this time.
He
was going to do the first fight.
No, man. No.
When he caught him with that left hook in the second quarter, in the second round, he caught him with that left hook. No, that was the second round. Devin caught him with the left hook. I mean,
say Devin.
Yeah, Devin caught him with a left hook in that second round. Like, bow! He would have been asleep right then and there if he didn't have that stuff in his system. That boy got hit. He was hitting himself out there.
Man, you hate it, man. You did. Hey, come on, Garcia, man. Now listen, I'm not no Ryan.
I'll give it to you straight. If that dude didn't have that junk in his system, dog, he took that left hook and he even talked about it at the post fight. He caught me with a left hook. That was a good one. I was like, man, he got some power. But I'm like, I ain't going down. I'm like, yeah, not with that stuff in your system.
so you think this time, Debo Dev, that's what they call him now, Debo Dev. You think Debo gonna knock Ryan Garcia out this time?
He would knock him out. It would be quick. If he ain't got that stuff in his system, he's dead meat. He there's nothing he could do.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you why I disagree.
I'm gonna tell you why first, and then why he would knock him out this time. They're fighting at 147 pounds. That's it. That's the main reason why. Devin Haney he had to drain himself to make 140. That was his last fight at 140. They're gonna be. You see how he looks at 47? Like I told everybody about Norman. I was like, watch how strong Devin's gonna be at 47. Because now he don't have to kill himself to get to make weight. Now he's at a natural weight where he can really punch. And I was like, Devin can hit. Y'all don't believe he got power? I'm like, Devin can hit. And sure enough, he put Norman ass down. And I was like, see, that was your boogeyman. And I was like, what I tell you, that boy eyes rolled back like a slot machine. Now you tell me about this Ryan.
Look, man. Okay, listen, check this out. But Devin Haney did not knock out Brian Norman.
No, he didn't.
And he didn't drop him anymore after that. So in order for Devin Haney to knock out Ryan Garcia, stylistically, he's going to have to fight more front foot dominant to get him out of there, take some chances. And he doesn't fight like that.
He doesn't have to. Ryan Garcia likes to come forward. He's going to walk right into it. That's as he always does.
Oh, I see what you're saying. He'll get the knockout if he. I see what you're saying. He got a time up coming in.
Just like he timed the Norman coming in, and as soon as he punched in between the punches, and that's how he caught Norman. And that's the
same. Well, he hurt him with the left hook because Norman threw a left hook and Devin Haney threw a left hook, and this left hook got there.
Yeah. But that was the I think that was the second one. I mean, the first one. Yeah, he caught him with the first one. Then
caught him with the first left hook.
Then he caught him with another left hook
and hit him with the right cross.
Yeah, he hit him with the left right.
Yeah.
Came with a 1-2 after that one.
Yeah.
So, when Ryan Garcia get in that ring, there's nothing he's going to be able to do with Devin Haney. Devin was beating him every round outside of the knockdowns.
Yeah, that's
every round. Just controlling him with the jab because he can't box. So when he comes in, he's only going to get tagged, body, head. Next thing you know, get caught on that chin without that stuff. Just like Rolly, that boy going to roll on the floor and he going to quit. He going to roll on the floor and going to quit.
See, but this is the thing, right? I interview. Well, listen, Karceno. When I interview Bill, and I say, man, I'm looking at past fights Devin Haney had where he could have slept Regis Prograis. He didn't do it. He didn't go for the kill. Regis Prograis, he dropped him. He was wobbling all throughout that fight, especially out after the 6th round. And I say, Bill, Regis was ready to go. Why you ain't take him out? He said, no, everybody was saying that we couldn't take away the left hand from the Loma fight because Loma kept hitting Deb with the left hand. So I wanted to prove to everybody that we can go 12 rounds, without getting hit with the left hand. And I told Bill that was some bullshit. I said, Bill, you don't get paid for overtime.
Shit. Yeah, that's
you don't get paid for overtime. The pay's still the same. The longer you let the fight go, potentially he could have landed a lucky punch, could have turned everything. So if you can get him out of there, get him out of there. Bill Haney don't coach like that. He coaches safety. I call it. He coaches safety first. Look, just stay back. Devin don't even let his hands go like that. He throw a 1. He throw a 1-2, and that's it.
Yeah, throw what you need. That's the thing. He throw what you need, and when he catch Ryan Garcia right on that chin, Ryan Garcia is gonna be wobbly, and that boy leg's gonna be gone, and he gonna get his excuses ready. He gonna start saying my hand hurt. My dog died and I was bad mood. He gonna be coming up with another excuse because he gonna be going to sleep. I
can see the fight going 12. Devin Haney don't have that killer instinct like that. Like
you're right, he don't have it, but he don't have that. But I think Ryan's gonna do all the work for him. He's gonna get counted. He gonna come right on in and get caught.
Goddamn, Cino. Boy, you sticking to the Debo damn body. And he Debo now. He a Debo right now. He ain't Devin Haney no more. He Debo.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, he want the big fights, and everybody seem to be scared to take it. He's calling them out.
Well, listen, why is that? Why you think people scared to fight? Shakur Stevens? Not Shakur. What's the boy out of Virginia? Keyshawn Davis said he want the smoke. What you think about that?
Key might be next, and that's gonna be a good fight. And I think Dev he'll beat Key. Key fighting spots. Key is real good, but he fighting spots. He got too many lows in his game where he just takes off and he's resting or whatever he's doing. I'm like, what are you doing, Key? You ain't doing nothing right now. He got too many lows in his game, and that's perfect for Devin. So they see that. Bill see that. They already see where they can exploit Key. And Key, he take risks. And a guy take a lot of risks. And he get reckless, and he got a lot of openings for counting. And it's gonna be like, we're gonna see how you deal with what Devin put on you after you make those mistakes, and then you get controlled by a jab, and then you're gonna sit there, and they're gonna keep you out there on the outskirts, and you ain't gonna be able to come in.
So, I don't know. I was looking at the Keyshawn Davis and Nair Albright fight. And, Nair Albright had pretty good footwork. And that fight happened in Texas. I was talking to a friend of mine. I had to go back and look at the fight. He was telling me to go back and look at it again. I looked at it. That was the fight where the fight got turned into a no contest because Keyshawn had marijuana in his system. So, but I noticed he does have, it looked like he was having a little trouble with people who have, Albright got good footwork.
Albright got good footwork, plus he's long.
He's long, yeah.
Yeah, he keep you at the end of the jab, and that's how I knew Albright was going to give problems for Martin. I told people, I was like, I still think Albright won the fight. And I was like, they called it a draw, but I'm like, okay, you can call it a draw. But Albright, the way he fight, he's awkward. He fights like an old style. He fights in a shell when you come in. He leans back, so you can't really, your distance is kind of off. And then he pushes you off, and he makes sure you're at the end of all his punches. He uses all that length, and he dips his head down. So it's real hard to get to his body. It's real hard to get to him.
Yeah.
You got to use angles to get to Albright. It's a difficult fight to fight him because of his length. So somebody like Key, he's going to have a hard time with him. He got to move and get around him and stuff. So it's, yeah.
Hey, but the crazy part about it, it's amazing you said that because I was talking to a brother in Philly, from Philly, and he was telling me that Nair Albright, he has a job. He's a nurse, and he's a part-time R&B singer, And in between that, he boxed.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And that's the thing about Philly. You gonna have a job, you gonna go in everything and boxing. If you got time to dedicate to just boxing, that's because that used to be Gabe Rosado's story, you know, because Gabe used to have to go to work and he had no sponsor, no manager, no promoter. And that's Albright used to be like that. But Albright, he just got the frame, you know, that weird, freakish frame. And the way they taught him how to fight, man, is just that guy could really go and do something in this sport. Like, he's a tough out. You ain't gonna never go through him without a war. You're gonna get into a real war. So when he was on the card, even my cousin called me, he's like, yo, man, I think Albright finna pull off the upset. I was like, yeah, I think he finna this Frank Martin. I was like, I seen what happened to him. Yeah. Like deers in headlight when things get tough. So so I was like, I thought I was sure I had that. When they called a draw, I was, damn.
Well, this is the thing. This is what a brother was explaining to me out of Philly. You know, now you're Albright. He's not signed to no major promotional company. He's not a PBC fighter, Matchroom fighter, none of that. He signed with a little small independent promoter in Philly. So, and that guy got him on this card. And then check this out. It was set up for Albright to lose because he was a late replacement, from what I heard. He said he found out at the last minute that he was about the fight. He accepted the fight on a short notice. What I'm trying to say. On short notice. What I meant to say. So, and he, you know, it always amazes me, a fighter who has a full-time job. I'm hearing now I got a couple of people who know Ralph Tresvant with New Edition. We trying to get Amir, because he can sing a little bit. We trying to get him on tour with New Edition. Bobby Brown struggling with some lyrics right now. He overweight. So we going to get Amir to slip in. And, you know, you see what I'm saying? That we trying to do. That, you know, what we trying to do right now. But, no, I did bullshit.
I'm like, man, that'd be good.
No, I did bullshit. Hey, but anyway, but check this out, though. So, he's not going to get the benefit of the doubt under those circumstances. And, you know, Frank Martin's the PBC fighter. That was partially.
I thought he would knock Frank out. I really thought he was gonna stop Frank.
Yeah. So
that was my whole thing of betting. I was like, if this fight go past 5 rounds, Frank get in trouble.
Not Frank out. No, not the Ghost. Not the Ghost. I like the Ghost, man.
I like him too, but he's what I call a tight fighter. He fight tight. It take him a while, and that nervous energy. And if you start putting pressure on him, he start fighting on the back foot, and he don't know how to fight backwards, going backwards. And I was like, Albright finna move this dude back. And I was like, when he started moving him back and controlling him with that jab and being all awkward, Frank ain't gonna know what to do with that when the fight get late. And I was like, if he had the right mouthpiece, this wouldn't even be talked about. He'd have got Frank up out of there. If he didn't have all that mouthpiece problem that's going on, Albright, he'd have just walked straight through Frank. I was like, yeah, he got his whole style figured out.
Man, that dude made a huge fan of me. Like I'm a huge fan of Albright now. Just seeing that, I say, man, I hope I heard he got paid decent. I'm not sure. They say he got like $250,000, 250,000. I hope he can. Hope that's good. You know what I mean. Under the circumstances, you get what I'm saying. But man, bro, like that dude, I'm a big fan of that dude, man. Like now, I'm saying now, like I'm seeing him, and the fact that he fought a spirited effort. And then on top of that, I later learned his circumstances. Like this dude got a job, man. He got to clock in. He got to clock in at the hospital, do shifts. You get what I'm saying? And train.
Yeah. So that was something, but it was a decent card, man. I was disappointed in the fight that didn't take place with Oscar Duarte. And, the last minute, I'm sick and pulling out.
You talking about Richardson Hitchens?
Yep.
Oh, man, that was some coward shit there, boy.
Yeah, Richardson quitting. That's what I thought.
Shit there.
Yeah. Richardson quitting. He always quitting. He didn't did this before.
Yeah.
This is why I was like, man, you didn't pull this move before. And it's a lot of young fighters do this stuff, man. It's like, dog, you ain't ready. You ain't ready. Don't waste a fighter's time. You saw that man on the scale. You saw Oscar Duarte was ready. This is going to be a dog fight. Everybody's waiting to see it. I'm like, man, I will strip him of his title. I go like, all right, we're going to put the medical on you and we stripping you. And you come back, you got to fight Oscar Duarte, period, no matter what. You fighting him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You want this belt back, you got to get it from him now. Some man came in there ready to fight, and then on fight day, this man that went through 3-4 weeks of training and for nothing. It's like, man, he don't even get his full purse.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Do Oscar Duarte get paid? He don't get paid nothing, right?
No, before it depends on how the contract was structured. Sometimes if it's structured, you still get paid if the fighter for some reason pulled out, but because it was an illness and I think he pulled out because of a medical condition, if the doctor approved it or whatever, he just get like basically he got to pay for his own training. But it depends on if his promoter, they might pay for the training for Oscar Duarte for his whole camp. So it depends. It
depends on how his contract was structured with Golden.
How it's structured with Golden Boy.
Yeah, I felt bad for him, man. Now that Floyd, it appears now that Floyd is coming back in closing. Of course, the Mike Tyson thing that ain't about that. We know that's a spectacle sideshow. I have to say this, Karceno. If you would have told me in 2015, after the Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao first fight, that Floyd will retire from the sport, Manny's going to retire from the sport, but then they're going to both come out of retirement and they're going to rematch each other 11 years later. In 2015, I would have looked at you and laughed. What say you?
I never thought. I thought they were going to do like one of these these
exhibitions.
These exhibitions that they got like with Tyson. And he spoke on that, man. He said they tried to do that earlier, but he wanted a real fight. He didn't want an exhibition. So that's why they ended up doing it the way that's happening now. So, because he was like, no, I want a real fight. So Floyd was like, well, forget that. And now it's at this point, Floyd like, look, I'll fight him. So,
Floyd coming back. I think that's official. Manny Pacquiao going to fight. You are the opinion, like you say, it's not going to do anything for the state of boxing right now. Of course, it's going to bring a lot of attention to Floyd Mayweather and maybe Manny, but outside of that, it's really not going to move the needle for the younger fighters. That's your overall assessment?
That's my overall assessment. This will be a spectacle show that people will pay attention to for the day or two or when the event happens. Then they'll move on from it, unless somehow it connects to all of the rest of the young fighters. It all depends on the card, like who's going to be on the undercard. Then that would determine or tell us what this is going to do for the sport, or who's going to bring up. Because now people are saying Terrence Crawford Floyd should be the. I'm like, Bud, I don't think he fight no damn Bud at all. That'll be a bad move at 50. You fighting Bud Crawford. That's not a good idea.
Yeah, I don't even think Bud will fight him. It's like, man, you know what? I'm done. I mean, when I spoke to Bud, he just told me his body, man. He's like, man, these training camps been brutal on me. Yeah. I was happy. I'm happy for his kids. They get a chance. You see out there watching his kids. He go to all their events and stuff like that. So I'm happy for them. You know what I mean? Because now they don't have to share their father with the world on that stage anymore. He's retired and he can spend more time with his kids. So I'm really, really happy for him on that. Because man, let everybody know when you going back live again.
Probably sometime later on today. But I do definitely want to talk and speak on the Charlo thing. That's why.
Oh, the Charlo, yeah.
So because you did a video about Charlo the other day, how
Jamel Charlo,
Mel was in there. He was sitting there interviewing. Now he's talking about he made a mistake with the Canelo fight. He shouldn't have took it because his mind wasn't right or whatever. He had so much stuff going on, and he want to apologize for all his. Because his, the stuff that's been going on, but those are self-destructive, and they've always been like that. And we've known them since they were kids, pretty much. When we owned a boxing website, Boxing Socialist, the first group persons that we had really to come in and be a part of that, because Sean is in Houston, he's in Spring, Texas, and he knows their uncle. They were the twins, and they saw them in the amateurs coming up. The Charlo brothers, they was just real nice. Like, hey man, like, man, we love y'all. We used to actually video, they whole come up. We got all the film. Sean used to record them.
You talking about Sean Zartel?
Sean Craddock.
Okay.
Yeah. And so he used to record all of them in their whole process. Ronnie Shields was training them. We actually got Samaje Thomas to sign with Ronnie Fields, and they were out there being trained at Plex Gym.
This your site right here?
Yeah, boxing and basketball. Yeah, now it's boxing and basketball now. But yeah, so we used to have the Charlos on the site all the time. So they were featured like every week. Mm-hmm. So all they coming up, they used to do interviews, stories, and what have you. Mm-hmm. Now, we had no problems with the Charlos ever. And Sean and his uncle would hang out. They would go bowling, all this stuff. Now, I'm in Chicago, so I don't really get to see them as much as Sean would see. And all of a sudden, they had one fighter that was in the gym, and he was saying that we were interviewing the fighter, and the fighter said that, hey, that he sees that Jamel, he was like, yeah, I spar with those guys. He said, I see Jamal got more dog in him than Jamel. He's like, Jamel's a good fighter, but he's like, I don't know if it gets hot, like in the trenches, where he go dig deep. He was like, I don't really want to talk about them like that because we both under Al Heyman. Uh-huh. He was like, but I want to, he's like, I feel that Maul got more dog in him than Jamel. So right when I was writing the article up after he said that, I just left him anonymous because he didn't want, he didn't want to be the one out there because they both under Al Heyman. So he was like, I'm under Al Heyman, they under Al Heyman. I don't want to cause no waves. So I'm just, I'm just saying that. But so I said, I'll just keep your name out of it, and I just said, well, the anonymous fighter, said this in the article. Then I went to say, but I disagree with what he said. And I told him, I said, well, Jamel's shown a lot of heart when he fought Demetrius Hopkins. I was like, he had to really dig down for that fight. He showed a lot of heart in that fight because that's like Demetrius Hopkins is a tough fighter, tough out from Philly. So I said, that showed me he had a lot of heart. So I wrote all of that defending him. They saw the title. They didn't even read the article. Some friend told them, said, hey, man, Boxing Socials, they dissing you. That's what they told them. Yeah. So they just get on the phone, start cursing at Sean. Sean is a pastor at a church. I'm like, dog, Sean's a pastor at a church. He do boxing. Like, he used to box when he was in the army. Like, this dude is like, he volunteers and do all this stuff, and like, he know your family. Y'all calling cursing this man out, and he called me up like, man, the Charlos, they cursing at me, and he's like, they want me to tell them who the fighter was, man, because they just going off on me. He's like, and I told him I can't tell him, because he's like, one, I didn't write the article. Two, I don't want to break their confidence. I was like, man, I was like, you can go on and tell them, man. I was like, go on and tell them. If they that out of shape, he's like, well, they want to know because they was like, they don't want that guy coming back in the gym. They don't want to be around somebody in the gym. And
that's crazy.
Something like that. So I was like, go on and tell them. So I was like, yeah, it's JRock. So JRock was the one
JRock from Philly.
Yeah. So JRock was the one that said it. So now they was like, oh, him, he was like, all right, cool. Thank you. Now y'all banned. He was like, what? He told Sean, y'all banned. Y'all can't come up to Plex Gym no more. Y'all cut off. That's it. And take all our stuff off y'all website. He was like, for what? What did we do? He's like, all we do was interview the guy. No, man, y'all turned on us. He was like, and this was Jamal doing all this.
Yeah.
Man. So he was like, I talked to Jamal, and the man was like, man, that's my brother, man, you know. And I was like, man, let me talk to him. I was like, had Jamal, like, who doing all this yelling at you, man? And I was like, tell Jamal to call me. I wrote the article up. I interviewed. Tell him to call me. So he's like, man, he didn't want to talk to me. I was like, give me his number. I'm calling.
Oh.
I called Jamal Charlo. And as soon as he got on the phone, I was like, I heard you got a problem with the article, man, that I wrote about what was said. Man, I already told. I'm like, no, you said you got a problem. What's the problem? Did you read it? He said, man, I ain't got, man, I'm just saying, man, we good. I talked to the other guy. We good now. We just good. I was like, look, what you want to say? What's your problem? I already told the other guy, well, you talking to me. But I already I'm the motherfucker. Talk to me. I said it just like that to him. So once he said that, he heard this was a whole different type of tone because Sean ain't going to talk to him like that.
Right.
Sean's a pastor. Sean's going to take the pastor route. I'm not a pastor. So you finna bring out me and now like, you want to have this? He didn't want it at all. Jamal was, man, I already told the other guy, man, I don't want to just lose my number, man. I'm like, dog, first of all, you ain't even I was like, you ain't even.
He say lose his number?
Yeah, he was like, man, just lose my number, man. I already told the other guy, man, just lose my number. I said, first of all, you didn't even read it. But if you got a problem, talk to me. I'm the one that wrote it. We the one defended you. If you got a problem, you don't even know what was said. So he was, all right, we good. We ain't got no problems. Just lose my number, man. I was like, I don't need to talk to you. I was like, I don't call you. I only called you for this. I was like, dude, you think we got built up off of you? You ain't Mayweather, you ain't Pacquiao, you ain't. I think y'all don't even draw. Y'all draw flies.
Yeah.
Like we don't
not a draw
off y'all. So when you talking about take y'all down off the thing, no problem. He was like, all right, man, that's cool. Because then he talking about some, man, we don't need y'all. And the guy, man, we got Showtime now. We don't need that little Mickey Mouse shit y'all got. We got Showtime. I was like, all right, cool. You got
that sound like them.
Yep. Soon as he got off the thing, right? And he went over there and left. I talked to Jamel. And Jamel was like, and I told him, I was like, you got a problem? He was like, man, I heard about the article. So I explained it to Jamel. Mel was like, oh, okay, man. Yeah, man. That sound like, yeah, okay, yeah, they made a mistake, man. He's like, man, I just wanted to know who it was because, I don't want people like that in our gym. We can't trust them. So he's like, that's just all it was. But he's like, my brother got a title fight coming up. His first title fight. He nervous. So he was like,
oh, that's when he fought K9?
I think that's when he fought
154?
Jamal. Yeah, Jamal. He had a title fight.
Win at 54 or 160?
Yeah, he was at 54.
Oh, well, that's K9.
Yeah,
Millions budget,
yeah, he had a
I
fight.
think he was like 43.
Yeah, and he was like, man, my brother got his title fight coming up. It's his first title fight. He's nervous. So, he wait till he calm down. Then I'm going to talk to him when he calm down. I know how my brother is. He going to be all right. We all good, man. So it was me and him had a great conversation, me and Jamel. Sean them, see them. It was like, he saw Mel. He was like, yeah, I saw Mel. It was all good. And then Jamal walked in, and then Mel was like, got quiet, and then just walked over there to them. And then he don't know that the people over there, they like in the media, they still with us. We all sport boxing media. So they over there talking, and he was like, man, what they doing here? Like he talking to Sean, they're like, what they doing there? And then Mel like, yeah, man, I don't know what the hell they doing up in here trying to talk.
Oh, he switched up.
Yeah, he gonna do that because that's his brother. So he gonna always. And then I was like, see, that's what I don't like. So I told him, I was like, look, I know. See, you get to me, you was like, you say everything right, but it's Maul. We already know Maul the problem, but just stay over there. Be cool. Just stay over there. It's cool. Stay with your brother. I know that's your brother. I don't need back and forth. I don't need you being, hey man, playing cool, then going over there shitting on us behind our backs for no reason, just to kiss up the mom. I'm like, nah, I don't even want that energy. Stay over there. All y'all over there. Man, so what you saying? I'm saying, are you over there with them? Don't come back over here.
How did that affect you with the PBC as it related to getting press credentials when they had fights and stuff like that? Did it affect you with Kelly Swanson and all that?
Nothing at all, because they had no power. Who were they at that time? They were nobodies. I'm like, dude, this is finna mess y'all up big time. I was like, because I'm like, y'all think y'all better than what y'all really are, and y'all gonna really get exposed when you fight some real people. You're not gonna get better, you're gonna get worse. Y'all want to be famous more than y'all want to be great, and that's y'all problem, and y'all gonna fall. And I'm gonna be right there to say, told you.
That's a hell of a story. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So, and then we saw what everything that happened after that. That's why you saw when Maul fought JRock.
Yeah.
Now you know why they had the big thing after the fight was over. Maul was still going crazy in the ring, like, man, no, you don't know what's going on. And everybody like, where's this? Why is he so mad?
Oh, it was because of he found out about the JRock, what JRock said.
Yeah. That's what was going on behind the scenes. See, nobody knew that. That was all because of that.
That's
so
why
so that's why he did all that and ruined it after he got the knockout over JRock and he was going off in the ring. They were like, dude, you won. What are you going off of? He was all based on that. And then the only thing they were mad about is because for growing up their whole life, that was the running joke, is that JRock is like, Jamal is the tough one.
Yeah.
Mel is the weak one. So he's like, we've been doing that our whole life. So when he heard it in the article, like they saw it just triggered Maul, because Maul would always get mad when he feel like he got to defend Mel, you know.
Yeah.
Man, that's my brother, man. You messing with my brother, man. He ain't weak. And it's like, dog, nobody was saying he was weak. Like, we ain't know. And Mel was like, man, I've been fighting that my whole life. But Mel has never really been a problem guy. It's all the stuff he got into is because of Maul. Sticking up for his brother. Getting involved with his brother. That's how all his troubles start. Maul is the problem. Always been. And that's all they downfall. Starting with him. So
I would say it's safe to say, based on what you're saying, it's safe to say that you wasn't surprised when Caleb Plant had slapped the taste out of his mouth.
Nope. And I wasn't surprised the way he reacted when he got slapped.
Man, hey, we gotta do part two.
I wasn't surprised when he got pulled up on right there with my man
Danny Jacobs.
Danny Jacobs, yep, pressed him and had him up against the wall. He chilled out. Yeah.
He said, what we doing?
The same way when I was on the phone with him, he chilled out.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I think I might know who might have did it. Do you remember when Jamal when Danny Jacobs pulled up on Jamal, just what you just said, and there was this light-skinned dude that was behind Jamal Charlo with curly hair, and he was doing all the talking. He was a little shorter. So Jacob say, well, look what we have here. I came up at the right time. There was a dude behind Jamal. Jamal was like, yeah, you came at the right goddamn time. You get what he was hyping it up, talking trash. And I'm like, that might have been the dude who seen this.
Yep, that's probably was him. Probably saying they dissing you on the.
Yeah.
It probably was his little ass.
Yeah. It was a little short, light-skinned dude. He had the good hair, look like Chico DeBarge a little bit. And he was like, yeah, you came at the right goddamn time. Yeah, you came at the right time. And then, so Maul and Danny Jacobs talking, and this dude was right behind, he was on the side of Maul, then he ended up behind him. So I guess he started on his tiptoes looking over the Maul. He like, yeah. So he talking trash to Danny Jacobs, while Danny Jacobs and Maul talking to each other. And I'm like, man, that dude hyping it up. Nigga probably ain't go, hey, listen, if it pop off, he probably ain't swinging nothing. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but listen, man, Karceno, man, I appreciate you, man. We got to do part two of that story there, because I ain't know that.
Yeah, man. I'm like, we good now. Like, we all got good because we was on an IG live, man, and my boy was over there with them because he was cool. Samaj was cool with them, and he was like, man, he didn't know, like, because Samaj cool with me, he didn't know I had this drama going on with the Charlo brothers. So he was like, whoa, man, he's like, this thing got heated up in here in this doggone live stream. He's like, dude, what's going on? And Mel took him out there. He was in Mel's team. Like, he was part of their camp. So, and Mel was doing right by him. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let that ride. You know, like, it's done and done. I was like, it's been years anyway. Nobody cares about it no more anyway. So it's just done.
Well, now I understand why they bragged about he beat JRock. He beat JRock because they were hyping on JRock. Yeah, man, you know, Jamal beat JRock. That was JRock right there. See what I'm saying? So I used to wonder why they used to always, you know, they bigging up. He beat JRock. Like, who the fuck is? I mean, JRock for Philly. Outside of that, like, who is JRock?
And he gave them their props right after the match. JRock came up to him, shook his hand, and said, "Hey, you got it." He was, "No, man, get up out of here, man." It's like, and JRock didn't really diss them. And he wasn't dissing them, but he kind of knew. That's why he was like, I don't want to put my name on that. You know, like, I don't want to put my name on it.
Man, all right, man. Well, listen, man, Karceno, man, I appreciate you, brother, man, for stopping by, man. Hey, you going live tonight? I got the notifications on, so I'll tune in when you go live.
All right, for sure.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.